Skincare ingredients in makeup have been really trendy over the past few years, but I feel like it's really just been brought to a head by Glow Recipe and their new flushes, not blushes. Their Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flush Brightening Serum blushes, which they claim isn't even makeup. It's not a 90-something% skincare formula. It is not with a couple skincare ingredients. It is 100% skincare, meant to give you skincare benefits. It is an entirely new category that has never been done before, but it is meant and marketed like a liquid blush. The benefits you are supposed to see from these flushes is niacinamide to help brighten and even your skin tone, and then some other ingredients for deep hydration. And so in this video, we are going to break down skincare, makeup, and whether or not you're going to be able to see results from those actives and added ingredients in your makeup, or if it's just shady marketing. And I would like to start off by saying this is absolutely no hate to Glow Recipe. I am actually a fan of Glow Recipe. I have liked everything I have ever tried from the brand, actually. I am just using their product as an example because they have made such a big deal around the marketing of this product. And this is not new by any means. A lot of brands do this with their marketing. Haus Labs has fermented arnica in a lot of their complexion products. There's the new NYX Buttermilk Glaze Skin Tint that claims to have a 93% skincare formula. Just to give a couple other examples, this is no way only directed at Glow Recipe. This is no hate to Glow Recipe whatsoever. And I have nothing against adding skincare ingredients to the makeup if it's going to benefit your skin. I would actually prefer that that be the case, but is it even beneficial? Let's find out. And before we start, take a shot every time I say barrier or layer in this video. You're gonna be hearing it a lot. It's pretty important to what we're talking about today. You're gonna have a crazy night. So let's start with the idea of putting skincare in makeup, which is actually not a new idea at all. And actually all makeup is skincare. Let's take just this foundation that I have sitting right here, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. No skincare claims, just a drugstore foundation. The first ingredient, water, a skincare ingredient in literally every skincare product. Second ingredient, cyclopentasiloxane, a silicone. There are a lot of silicones in this formula. Silicone is a skincare ingredient. Helps to add a nice smooth feel and also adds a nice barrier over the skin to keep the hydration in your skin. Hydration from ingredients like glycerin, which is also in this product. That is a skincare ingredient. Third ingredient is C1215 alkyl benzoate, a skincare ingredient. It is an emollient. There is also things like hydrogenated castor oil in here, skincare ingredients. So skincare being a part of makeup is not new. Makeup doesn't exist without skincare. It is basically just skincare with added color pigment, which even color pigment is usually made from things that can be classified as skincare ingredients. In the Glow Recipe, the colors that they are using are CI, which stands for color index 77891, which is a white pigment that comes from titanium dioxide, a skincare ingredient. They are using 15850 or red 6, which is a synthetic red pigment made from petroleum or coal tar. Petroleum also makes petrolatum, which think about Vaseline, petroleum jelly, skincare ingredient. 77491 is red iron oxide. Iron oxide is a skincare ingredient. They can help protect our skin from blue light. And 77499, black iron oxide. Things like iron oxides or color pigments, however, do not need to penetrate the layers of makeup and skincare to get to your skin to be effective. So I am by no means arguing against Glow Recipe's 100% skincare claim. That is not what we are talking about today. We are talking about if you are going to see any sort of skin benefits from adding actives or special ingredients to your makeup. In order to do that, we have to look at the layers of how we apply our skincare. We layer our skincare thinnest to thickest and apply our actives like vitamin C, niacinamide, any sort of chemical exfoliator, tranexamic acid, hyaluronic acid, the things that you really want to see the results from first, closest to the skin, so that way they can be the most effective and be able to penetrate the skin. That is why moisturizer goes last, because those other ingredients can't penetrate the barrier that the moisturizer makes on your skin. A moisturizer's job is to keep what is underneath it, and unaffected by what is outside of it. Think of when the air is dry, it dries out your skin because you are losing the water, the hydration from your skin to the air. So a moisturizer helps to prevent that water loss, that transepidermal water loss or TOOL, and helps to keep your skin hydrated. And the texture of these Glow Recipe flushes are quite liquidy, so in this theory, they would be applied before a moisturizer to be effective. But that's probably not how you're going to use it. So let's go over the layers that you would apply to your skin before you even get to applying these flushes. Starting with skincare, after washing your face on a completely clean, bare face, you would go in with a toner or serum, sometimes maybe multiple depending on your personal skincare routine. And then you go in with a moisturizer and then follow that up with a sunscreen. And now getting into makeup, you would probably go in with some sort of a makeup primer, a foundation, and then maybe concealer. And if you're using a liquid blush, you might be using a cream bronzer that you may apply first over that area. And even a more simplified version of this, let's say you don't have that many steps on a clean face, you would do maybe a toner or a serum, just one, and then you would go in with some sort of a moisturizing sunscreen that is also going to act as your makeup primer. And then you would go in with foundation or maybe just conceal certain areas or a skin tint. And skin tints usually have an added SPF to them, but that should not be your only SPF, but that's for a whole nother video. So that's around 3 to 6 and maybe more layers of product on your skin before you even get to these flushes. And a lot of those products have to set before you can put something over top of them, like a sunscreen has to set, a moisturizer has to set before you even put on the sunscreen. Your foundation has to set as much as it's going to before you apply any sort of liquids or creams on top of that, creating an even stronger and tougher to get through barrier, which is a good thing. Those layers and that barrier is why your skincare is still effective when putting makeup over top, because the makeup isn't meshing and meddling with those skincare actives underneath. It's not penetrating those layers of makeup and skincare, and it's not penetrating your skin. And one of the biggest things we're going to talk about in this video is sunscreen. Sunscreen is always the last step in your skincare routine before you apply makeup. And you should let your sunscreen completely set down for at least 10 to 15 minutes before applying anything over top of it to make sure that your sunscreen is going to perform at its most effective. So what can penetrate sunscreen? Sunscreen's job is to create a protective barrier over top of your skin. A lot of sunscreens are water resistant, and water is usually what carries these ingredients to your skin. So if that water can't cross that barrier, let's take a look at the ingredient callouts that the Glow Recipe flushes have. There's 3% niacinamide, which is an efficacious amount of niacinamide. Niacinamide, when tested, I believe is tested at a max of 5% and proven to show results at between 2 to 3% concentration in a formula. So this is not just thrown in at the bottom to make a marketing claim of product has niacinamide. This is formulated for results, and also calls out watermelon extract and centella asiatica, which are helpful for hydration and calming redness. And all of those ingredients are things that you want to penetrate the skin to see the full results of those ingredients. They have to be in contact with the skin to do what they are meant to do. And when used in a skincare routine, would be applied with those serums and toners before you would even apply moisturizer, not multiple layers away from your skin. And definitely not something that would be applied after sunscreen. Not even moisturizer is supposed to be applied after sunscreen. Why? Because it wouldn't be as effective. You may get some instant relief, some surface level relief of putting a moisturizer on after a sunscreen. However, you're not going to get those long-term ingredient benefits from the moisturizer. Let's say that moisturizer is formulated with something like hyaluronic acid. You're going to get that immediate relief of just putting a cream on your face. It's going to feel good, but you're not going to get that deep hydration that you're supposed to get from the hyaluronic acid because it is not going to be able to penetrate that sunscreen barrier. Even just a very quick Google search will tell you that serums can't penetrate sunscreen. Sunscreen's job is to create a protective barrier over top of the skin. So if you want ingredient benefits from something, they should be applied before your sunscreen. But that's not how we apply makeup. One thing I noticed about these Glow Recipe flushes is that in promotional photos, they had the phrase clinically proven results. And then when I looked at the description of these products, it had the term clinically proven ingredients, which to me says that these ingredients are clinically proven to have these results that we are claiming, which is absolutely true. Niacinamide is clinically proven to brighten your skin tone. But that specific wording tells me that maybe this specific blush wasn't tested to have these results that niacinamide is. They're saying we're formulating with 3% niacinamide. Niacinamide is shown to have these results. However, when this blush is used the way that most people are going to use it in their makeup routine, you're probably not going to get these results. So not saying that that's shady marketing, but just marketing at its finest. So to me, unless they have a specific delivery system that is made to penetrate that barrier of makeup, that barrier of sunscreen, that barrier of the rest of your skincare, including your moisturizer, and still have an amount of those skincare ingredients that are going to be effective and able to penetrate the skin, you're probably not going to see the results that they want you to think that you are. And you're probably not going to see a lot of results from a small concentration of this product applied to a small concentrated area of your face. You're not applying a blush all over your entire face. You're applying it to your cheek. Unless you apply these directly to your skin, That's the only way that I really see these skincare ingredients will be effective and give you results. Which, if you are a no makeup kind of person, maybe you live somewhere where the sun isn't strong, you don't wear sunscreen on a daily basis, and you just want a little flush of color, not a full makeup routine, you may see some results on the certain areas of your face that you apply these. If you are using these consistently or daily, which you would have to see results. But if they have figured out that barrier penetrating technology, that is what I feel like they should be leading this marketing with. This technology to get those skincare ingredients to reach and penetrate your skin through all of those layers. That to me is what would be the most impressive about this product. Not that it's a 100% skincare formula, which if they do have that technology, I would love to see that. I would love to see the testing. I would love to see the results. But until then, buy it if you think it's a pretty blush. Don't buy it for the skincare results.